Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, welcome to crazy week number I don't know what. I am absolutely flat out doing insane hours, getting so much prepared and ready and organised. It's unbelievable. Anyway, a little update sort of, and I'm about to do a little job on the lathe. Probably a job that shouldn't really be done on a lathe, but it seems the ideal way to do it, so we'll go through that in a bit. Anyway, where am I? Where have I got to? So yes, I've been flat out on Dan's bike trying to get this thing ready for the show. We're nearly there. I've been recoating stuff and cleaning stuff and making stuff just to get it to a place where I'm a lot happier with it. The green is still driving me insane. It's just yeah, I've come to the fact that it's just impossible to match. I've actually had a few people message me saying they worked in paint shops for 20 odd years or whatever, and green was probably one of the worst colours to try and match up. This NATO stuff is just a nightmare, but I've done my best, and I've done things on the bike where actually the different shades sort of look like it should be happening, if you know what I mean. So Dan's bike, here it is. I've basically redone the mudguard, the oil tank. The thing is, with clear coating bare metal, its lifespan is not brilliant. You've probably seen it on alloy wheels on cars, where eventually the lacquer just comes off. It doesn't matter what you coat them in, eventually at some point it starts going funny in places, which this has sort of started doing. But I'm not putting it into a show like that. I'm going to freshen it all up. So that's what I've done. It's all done now, so and as you can see, I'm putting it back together. It'll have a final clean, which I should be on tonight when I finished everything else. I've sorted all the tank out again, but this time, to break things up a little bit, I have done a cream line round this green. Yeah, it'll break the different shades up, so all that's nice and fresh. Just gotta screw the knee pads on. I've literally left that for as long as I dare for basically the clear coat to go hard as possible. So yeah, that's all sorted. As you can see, I've got the front light out. I had a bit of a moment with this, which was quite scary. So this whole light unit came from India, and the other day I was literally running through everything, because obviously I've had all the wiring apart to put all fresh wiring back into these different handlebars, and I've dressed the handlebars up better. I've changed this around a bit so it's all a bit neater, and it just looks better. And no, this is not in the way around. I've done this idea on several bikes where I'll link the decompressor to the back of the lever there, and it's not in the way at all. It really isn't. Look, we're miles away. Yeah, I've done several bikes like that. We've got the air lever, everything's sort of in reach as best as you can have this setup in reach, if you know what I mean. Indicators, we've got high low beam. Oh yeah, horn. Horn's a bit feeble, I'm afraid. Let's turn that ignition off because I've been messing about with it. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, all I've got to do is pop the ignition back in now and drop the battery up inside the dummy oil tank. What else have been? Oh, I've got to tighten the indicators up. I left them all loose till I proved everything was working again. So like I say, we've had all the wires out the old handlebars. I've made a complete new harness in these handlebars and connected all that back up. I was going to go on about the front light, wasn't I? So yeah, the other day had all the lights running, getting everything running up for a bit, making sure everything's all right, checking all through the rest of the harness, because like I say, I've been messing about a bit. And I had that dreaded smell of burning plastic. Ah! At the time, my mate sat there doing wiring on his bike. So obviously it was a moment of like, is that me or is that him? And he's thinking, is that my wiring or is that his wiring? It was the bulb in this thing. Side light bulb. Where is it? I don't know if you'll see that very well, but as you can see, it's completely gone black. I don't think you'll pick this out on the camera, but it's actually started melting the glass on the bulb. So that heat was started to transfer down the wiring, giving us that scary, horrible smell. So yeah, this bulb came in the headlight unit when it arrived. It has absolutely no markings on it whatsoever. I don't know. It just obviously didn't want to blow like it should have done if there was a problem. It was basically heating up like a soldering iron and transferring all that heat down the wires. Yeah, quite a scary moment. Anyway, I've sorted all that out now, sorted all the wires out and got a decent bulb in it. That was, yeah, that was terrifying. That'd be just my luck for Dan's bike to go up in smoke a few days before it's supposed to be sat in London in a show. Anyway, it's all done. The joys of building Enfields and questionable parts that you can only get hold of. Yeah, you have to go through everything on these things and constantly keep up on it and look after it, or else something will bite you eventually. Anyway, what have I got on today? Oh, as you can see, the GS is there because obviously I've had the lack of a van. Last night we done the van. Big thank you and thumbs up to my mate Brigo and the guy, his boss James. Can't thank them enough because they all just got stuck in and got this van sorted. Yeah, massive thank you for them because it was one hell of a job. It wasn't quite straightforward, it says it never is, and they stuck with me and got it all sorted, so massive thanks to them. Anyway, obviously everything's like, well, yeah, complete chaos at the minute, and nothing's gone to plan because the thing's going wrong. So the GS, as soon as I've got this done and gone and out the way and done my show thing and all that, I'm sorting this out and getting this gone. I've bought Billy Bob James a proper battery charger for it because it's got that funky battery on it, and this one's all correct. So I'm gonna drop the back end of the bike again, put all these connectors on, so if he has to charge the battery up, he doesn't have to remove anything. It'll have this little plug hanging down, it'll just plug into it and keep the battery trickled up. So I'm going to fit all that when I've got over all this show thing, and then we can sort the GS out. So yeah, it's all going crazy, it really is. I think I'm going to sleep for a week when all this is over. And then obviously we're on this. Oh, I've got, like I say, I've got some things going on the lathe. I've turned these, I don't know if you can see that, these bronzy type spacers down. That centralises all the back wheel. I don't know exactly what this material is, but it was interesting to turn down in the lathe. Yeah, it's some weird stuff. It's done now. I've got the one for the other side lying about somewhere, so yeah, that'll line the back wheel up so I can get the mudguard fitted, the chain alignment done, and we can get on with that. Oh, there's my new luggage thing for my trip. Yeah, that's I'll tell you what, I'll go through all the stuff that I've been collecting over time for my big adventure into Europe, because I've pretty much got it all now. So I'll probably do a video of all the stuff I've got and what I'm taking with me, and important stuff. Well, I think it's important in case you have any sort of hiccups along the way. So yeah, I'm going to do a video of all the stuff I've collected over time that I'm taking. That'll come very, very soon. So that's pretty much where we are. Oh, I've got another front brake cable to put onto Dan's bike. This fitting on this one, I was never 100% happy with it, so I've now got a new cable. I don't know if you see that, with the end that matches this one. So I'm going to put that on later on when I've done this little job that I plan to do on the lathe. So yeah, I have gone over it, cleaned it, but it'll have a final clean before I put it in the van tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the van tomorrow. We'll give it a final once over. Plus I'll take cleaning stuff with me anyway and get it all sorted. So literally battery box in, ignition in, front light back on now. I've stopped the bike into like combusting into flames, and that'll be the end of it. So we've saved that. I think that's quite lucky it done that on me and not on Dan while he was riding along or something like that, because yes, it would have just took the whole wiring harness out. So that bulb was obviously some cheap, terrible thing that should be just smashed and put in the bin, which I will do. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Today this bike will be in one piece and I'll be doing a final clean on it. Right, I'm going to make a little cap on the lathe for Dan's bike. Let's get on with it. Right then, this cap I'm making, I've got this little circle drawn out. It's just a piece of alloy. So I'm going to cut this out first, somewhere close to being a circle, and then we're going to jump onto the lathe. Any machineristy people that are watching, you probably just turn off and go and watch somebody who knows what they're doing with a lathe. Is probably the best option you've got. I think I use my lathe more like a pottery wheel, so anything goes. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out and then we'll get on with the next bit. Okay, we've got that cut out. I've roughly drawn another circle inside that one. Like I say, if you know you're one of these proper engineering people working in million nano microns and all that business that I don't understand, turn off now. Right, this bit here is just a remnant of, I found the other spacer actually that I got for the special sticker Enfield, so I'm going to put that where I probably won't ever find it again. There, I should see it there. Anyway, back to this. So that's an offcut of that. I've got an offcut of aluminum alloy that I'm going to use. I'm going to sandwich this in between them. Yes, I know, it's not the correct way. I get it. Just don't do this. That's the best bet. Yes, I could have actually made this out of a big piece of alloy, as in a piece like this here, but I have not got anything big enough to be able to turn a cap down, so I am making it out of a bit of sheet. As you can see, you're probably wondering what the hell I'm going to do, but bear with me and you'll see if it works, that is. So yeah, I'm trapping that in between these two pieces now. and it's going to wobble all over the place. Let's just check. Yes, just as I thought. Let me just straighten that up a bit. It hasn't got to be perfect at this stage, as in central. Let's just go with that. We can sort that out. Right. Let's make it a circle. I'm just being really careful because obviously it's only trapped between them two pieces of material. Where's my file? There. Oh no, I guess I should say definitely don't do stuff like this. Because you'll cut your arm off or something. I think that'll do. Right. Still a bit of a burr on that side. That's better. Okay, now for the really daft bit, which I probably shouldn't be doing, but hey-oh. Okay, now I'm going to get this shape round the bit that's in the jaws, and I'm doing it very carefully. It's alloy, it's very soft, so I'm not like smacking it. I'm just taking my time and being very careful. So basically turning the chuck and just hitting the very edge of this, and certainly not getting carried away and whacking big chunks of it in. I'm just doing little bits and turning it. Literally keeping it going the same amount all the way around. The thing is, when you've been sort of a blacksmith fabricator for all them years, absolutely anything in the workshop gets used for sort of unconventional jobs. If it's got a shape, or it turns, or goes up and down, or folds, or whatever, it gets used. Now just keep spinning round and gradually getting it to go over. If you do big chunks in one place, that's when it'll start crippling and going completely out of shape. And don't worry, I won't make a habit of doing this in the lathe. So it's starting to go over, look. As you can see, I'm only just very lightly tapping the very edge and keep turning it, so we're keeping it even all the way around. So I'll continue doing that till that is literally lying flat on that surface. Oh, I'm getting there. As you can see, it's bent right over now. It's nice soft alloy, so it hasn't started to split at all. Just gentle taps all the way around, and we've about got the shape we want. Now we'll get on with dressing it up. Right, again, obviously I'm about to do something that's just a no-no. Just don't do it. I'm trying to cover my silly self. I don't want no one chopping fingers off and stuff. Although it probably looks like it's wobbling all over the place at the moment, that's fine. We're sorting that bit out. You won't be able to see that with what I'm going to do. Still a couple of little scars on that, so I'll do it for a bit longer. That looks better. Right, let's release it. There we go. We'll just clean the top up in a moment. Literally got a perfect radius all the way around. And it's spot on the inside. Not that we're going to see that bit, but we've certainly got that looking like it's just been pressed out on a machine. Yes, like I say, I could have turned that down with some old boring tools and then parted it off, but I've got no material that big, so this was the next option, I'm afraid. So I apologise if I've upset anybody using the lathe in that way. It's just needs must and all that. Alright, let's get that top bit cleaned off and then we'll see what it looks like. It's just got one little scar in it there. Right, I think I'm about done with that. I've had a little bit of a mess about it. I think we've got ourselves a little cap. It's come out all right. Right, let's go and try it. Right, this is where it's going to live. Just press over that nut. I may, it's a nice tight fit, but I may just put a very small blob of like probably just silicone or something so it doesn't come off and we lose it, but it is a nice tight fit. That looks better. Sort of in keeping with what we've done here. We've got all the screws in that now, by the way, that's all fitted. Just tidies that top end of the bike up. There we go. Yeah, as I said, it's not the correct use of a lathe really. I get that, it's not something I'm doing every day, every week, it's just a one-off. You can actually do that job in the vise. Let me find the materials I've got. So, you got these two pieces here. You can actually cut the circle and sandwich it in the vise and get the edges rolled over as much as possible and sort of try and rotate it. You could probably actually make yourself a tool that squeezes them together in the vise, so you can actually rotate it in the tool if you haven't got a lathe. If you want to do something like that, make yourself little caps for things. It's not that hard. Probably do a bit and practice and you'll see how easy it actually is. And it makes a massive difference if you want to hide stuff on your bike, and it obviously tidies it up a lot. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, that'll do for this video. Sort of gives you an idea what you can do or what not to do with a lathe, whichever way you look at it. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day now, late into the evening, getting this all sorted, back together, cleaned up, ready to go in the van. I shan't film much more on this today. In fact, I won't film anything else on this today because I just want to get on with it, and I'm desperately trying to get caught up. So next week we'll be on the special sticker bike full time, and again it's going to be an extremely busy June. As you all know now, I plan to go away in July, and I want all these jobs done so I can go away with a clear mind and completely switch off. That is the plan. But I will do a video going through all the kit I've got for the trip and share that with you, and maybe give you some ideas. I don't know, maybe you can give me some ideas of what to take and not to take. I guess it's a personal thing really, isn't it, what you travel with and what you take. It's quite a personal thing with some items, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, next week we are full on with the special sticker bike and the couple of frames I've got to do. I probably won't film the frames because it's not too interesting, but we'll be covering every bit of this special sticker build. If anyone's going to the bike shed show in London this Saturday, maybe I'll see some of you guys there and have a chat and a sit down and a cup of tea with some of you. That would be fantastic. I'll look forward to that if any of you are going. Brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to call it at that. Cheers for watching, guys, and take care. Thank you.